perfectly
imaginary
synced,
mosquito has been slain.
Right. Been slayed. Yes.
Slain.
Yeah.
It's funny that the like audio sync method hasn't changed all these years. It's still like
This is just smacking
clapping on a
the
in front of
clapper.
camera, right?
The clapper.
Well, if it works, why change it? Yeah.
Right.
Clapper.
Let me just crack this here.
Crack
What are we
open a-
drinking? Torres Highball.
Crack open a
There we
cold
go.
one here. Actually, the last podcast we did was just the last one you were on. So we're actually like
you did
forgot
one
to-
more after that, right?
No, we forgot to do it.
Yeah,
we
I
got a bit
kinda
busy last week.
Yeah.
Oh, because you posted something and it was like, is Japan still worth it?
Oh, we did.
Oh, yeah, we
okay,
did
yeah,
one
we
more.
did one.
Yeah.
we did
Yeah,
one
yeah,
more.
yeah, yeah,
So it was
yeah.
a
So
month
that was
ago
that. There was that
There
one.
was that
Yeah.
one more
Because I
yeah.
commented on that. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we did that one more. I don't think I've even watched that one since we put it out.
I actually
I'm
watched
kinda-
it. It was one of those rare ones. Yeah, well, it really grabbed my attention. It was
I totally
interesting
forgot
even
what
in hindsight.
I totally forgot what we were talking about.
Well,
even.
we
Well,
were-
because I commented, the answer was no. you know,
No.
So yeah. About, no.
Oh wait, hold on. That one. Yeah. Okay.
Is Japan still worth it?
Is
Yeah,
Japan
yeah,
still
yeah,
worth it?
yeah, yeah.
Total brain fart.
I think if you're like 20, man, it would be because like I was out all today and I was like, if I was like 20 and I was just stepping off the plane, like I probably would be like still like, wow, this is crazy, or like,
Except that when I got off the plane, I was making a lot more money than anybody's going to make these days.
that's the only
you know?
that's the only objective difference is like
Yeah.
sheer finances. Like you're not.
No, I mean when you're
Yeah.
when you're a gay guy like me who has a severe case of yellow fever, you land in Japan, you're getting paid a shit ton of money, and there's all these boys, and it was just paradise. It was just paradise, I mean,
That sounds crazy. Yeah.
back in the day, yeah.
What year was that? Like,
I guess I arrived here 2001. Yeah, 2001. Yeah.
yeah, I was still in high school. I think I just started high school, 2001.
God, you people are so young.
Nah, it doesn't feel like it anymore.
I was
Feels like
30.
30 in 2001. Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole other planet. Like 2001 Japan. I mean, like the earliest I made it over here was 2006. And
Well, we were still coming off of the bubble. So salaries were still inflated. Like if you were an English teacher, I mean, I made more as an English teacher then than I do now. It's been a downhill
Are
climb.
you talking like in cost living terms or in like absolute magnitude?
In absolute.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, cost of living as well. But I mean, I was paid. So when I first arrived, I was paid like $350 a month, 350,000 a month
Okay.
Yeah.
After tax?
after taxes.
Okay.
And now
I mean-
I'm lucky if I break 240. So
Right.
it's been a huge
Yeah.
decline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just saturation, market saturation.
Yeah, I mean, I literally depend on my writing more than I do on my teaching. Yeah, so the market has just gone that, it's gone. So yeah.
That's one of the reasons
Wow.
I can't really change jobs
Hmm.
because anything comparable would be like a 10-mon step down or
Right,
something.
right.
Like
Right,
just to
right.
the point where it'd be like silly.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like a silly step down.
you could be a call boy,
Right.
Justin.
I could.
You
Thought
could.
about
You could do
going
that.
into
You could do that. You'd
Thought
be a
about,
call boy.
What's the opposite of a Heisman flip, or
Heisman?
because Heisman's turning conservative,
Turning-
right?
well,
Right, right,
Become
right,
a
right.
call boy.
The Jesus Christ flip is the Heisman flip.
Right.
So
Right,
gotta
right,
go
right.
with the rent flip. I guess
Rent
you could
flip,
say
yeah.
rent flip maybe.
Well, that brings us back to the recent episode of South Park.
There's recent episodes of
Yeah,
South
they're
Park.
still making
Yes, no, and it's making
It's
huge.
not just The Simpsons.
No, it's making huge waves because
South Park?
it went after Trump and Paramount, its own parent company, in pretty severe
yeah,
ways.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of those things I just it feels like it's from.
Oh,
It's like talking about recent Simpsons. I just have
Yeah.
no idea what it can
Yeah.
possibly.
No, I mean South Park has been on the air for
Be-
27 years. That's
Yeah, yeah,
insane,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So yeah, but no, this last episode has really been making waves. So it's
Yeah, I mean it's a classic show, but it much like The Simpsons. I feel like I don't know seasons 1 through 5 or something, like I just have like memorized. But
Right. No, I agree. Yeah.
Anything after that, I'm like, what even is it? Like, how is it still being made? Like, who's watching it? Like, are people still watching it? Or like,
well, people are, and they. So there's a long story here, but I'll make it very, very short.
We're in the business of long stories. So
yeah, they just signed a $1.5 billion deal, like the South Park people,
South Park creators,
with Paramount, to do 5 years more of South Park, and Paramount gets streaming for the 27 years of all of the episodes, but immediately after signing the deal, like 3 days after signing the deal, they aired their first episode, which goes deep after President Trump and also Paramount.
Okay, yeah.
And it's almost like they're daring them to fire them.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a point in the episode where Jesus returns and delivers a sermon on the Mount, but he hands out bread to people, and he's like, just eat the bread, and listen to me. I don't want to be here any more than you do, but Paramount is suing us, and blah, blah, blah. It was like, it was really in their faces. And then they end it with, and if you have not watched this, I urge you to watch this, a deep fake AI video of Donald Trump in the desert. That's all I'm going to say. You just need to watch it. Yeah. You will laugh your asses off.
Sounds like some situationist territory.
Yeah,
or
it sounds a
something,
little bit
right?
like that, right?
Yeah. I thought it was brilliant. So yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
There's so many things like that where I'm like, how is this still coming? Like, what is Rick and Morty even still around? Or
I don't think
Don't
so.
know
I
what's
don't.
going-
I
yeah.
don't think so.
didn't they? Wasn't there supposed to be like another 10
replaced one of
seasons
the
that
guys,
or something?
right?
Okay, yeah. Did that kind of derail it, or did that?
I haven't heard much about it, but I have no idea if it was canceled. It sounded, last I heard, it sounded like they're just going ahead with another voice actor.
Because I remember when they recontracted that, it was supposed to be like another like 7 seasons or something.
Like they got
right.
Were they like supposed to make some huge amount or something?
like they got pre-booked or whatever for some huge. I don't know.
So I don't know. It seemed like it was supposed to.
South Park might be like the last sort of serious satire.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely were. This last episode was serious satire. It was, so pretty harsh. But
They've been going at it for a while. Like, I mean, what, like the musical was like super well received as well. Book of Mormon.
Yep.
I don't know. Did you?
Was that like 10 years ago or something? I feel like it was a while ago.
So.
It was a while ago. Yeah.
I mean, South Park's another one of these things I just never got into, and I had some friends who lived and died by it.
I gotta be honest. Like I never got into it either. Like I was one of those weird people that was like already. I don't know, kind of. I mean, there's so many things like that. Like, I never got into Harry Potter either.
No, but I mean, South Park was made by Canadians, and who wants anything to do with Canadians?
I like the one part of it I did get into was
certainly not me.
Was the movie? The one part I did get into was the movie that I thought was good, like the original South Park movie.
Well, see, then you'll like this because they bring that back. Remember Saddam Hussein?
Yeah.
Well, they do the same thing but this time it's Donald Trump.
Okay,
so he's in bed with Satan, and he's like, hey, Satan, but it's Donald Trump this time. So, which is fun because it's bringing it full circle, so that Donald Trump is being associated with Saddam Hussein. So
it's another thing that like I feel like Saddam Hussein was like such a big part of the 90s.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Like, I think like probably people who are like, I don't know, 20 or even 25 now, like it probably seems like pretty obscure.
Well, it was the same thing that happened with ISIS, right? Where like the first news you get about this party is like, these are the brave freedom fighters in the Middle East.
Right.
And then, a year later, they're the next terrorist organization, right? Was Saddam Hussein covered in the? Sorry,
like he was
Osama bin Laden or Saddam Hussein?
No, Saddam Hussein, right?
Was he covered the same way?
Well, no, but he was in so much media
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was in. It's crazy. Like if you really go back and look at like movies and comics and
Right. Yeah.
like
yeah.
just entertainment from the 90s. Like there's so many things where Saddam Hussein is the villain. Like, you know, either seriously or like comedically.
Right.
Like you probably remember like Hot Shots Part 2.
Sure, of course. Yeah.
Like that whole movie is about Saddam Hussein.
Saddam Hussein.
It's like an entire major American movie that is just basically
Right. And so was South Park. You know, that was the South Park
major
movie was,
like but I feel like South Park was just like the outer edge of the iceberg or something, because there's like some Grant Morrison comic, I think, where there's just so many things, like so much 90s media was using him as like a villain or a and then it's sort of like I feel like they sort of built him up so much that like by the time, you know, the Bush regime finally unlawfully executed him or whatever, I mean it's sort of like it's like, wow, you built this dude up for like, you know, 15 straight years, and
sure.
now it's like you're just hanging some old man that doesn't, you know, it's not like he's like some movie supervillain. But I feel like they sort of had, like, they built him up to be like such a supervillain that they're like, you know, Iraq War, Afghan, they're just like, it's like Saddam Hussein, yo, he's like he's like Satan, you know, he's like the ultimate supervillain. I'm like, really? Like he's maybe not that much of a supervillain. I mean, he certainly didn't have no weapons of mass destruction, right? So like, I'm not saying, like, I'm not trying to defend Saddam Hussein, but I just think it was funny, like how American media just like built him up so much. It's not in like a way that I don't think they even built Osama that much. Like, I don't think Osama bin Laden was even built up as much as Saddam Hussein.
It's not just American media. It's people need the paper tiger to go after, right? They need the villain. You know, if you want to get people, if you want to unite people, you want to get them behind your banner, rah rah rah. You need to present them with an enemy.
Yeah,
and
Salman Rushdie.
Yeah,
there's this Pakistani action film where the villain is Salman Rushdie, and it was like made at the time when that controversy was happening, right?
Wow.
So you know the Salman Rushdie controversy?
Yeah, but brief synopsis, I guess, for the time.
Well, he wrote a novel where he includes
satanic verses,
apocryphal content from the Quran, where he implies that you know, Prophet Muhammad made an error or something, and you know, it's referencing like pre-Islamic goddesses and stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So you know, there's a death sentence placed on his head.
Yes. By the Ayatollah of Iran.
Persian,
I think. Right.
Ayatollah, right?
Yeah.
They did a intifada?
Fatwa.
Fatwa on him. Yes.
And they're still trying to do it. I mean, they attacked him like just 3 years ago or something.
Well, he was attacked, and he had to recover from it.
Yeah.
He was
But anyway, so this Pakistani movie is hilarious. So it's like the plot, if I remember right, the plot is like, you know, there's these heroic, hardworking, you know, working class Pakistanis, and they hear that like Salman Rushdie has bought like an island, and he's like, you know, he's like such a super villain that like he's just on this island, like he's just living the most extreme satanic lifestyle,
right? Which,
you know, he's just having like,
which authors do,
So he's just like, you know, he's wearing tailored suits. I mean, it's just nonstop,
right.
It's nonstop orgies and you know, laughing at the Quran and like just gay sex, straight sex.
Just the most disparaging depiction.
So the 3 heroes are like, yo, like we gotta rid the world of this ultimate supervillain Salman Rushdie by, you know, going to his island and using Pakistani kung fu and, you know, lots of guns to like take him out. And if I remember right, like they in the last scene, like Salman Rushdie is, you know, like making his getaway or whatever. So they open the Quran, and you know, it's like Raiders of the Lost Ark. So like the Quran starts like blasting with lasers,
of course,
and
yes,
it
sure.
just blows him up remotely with a Quranic laser or something. I'm just like, man, it's such like I don't think Salman would ever have been built up to be that much of a supervillain if the Islamic world had not had that reaction.
No, I mean, yeah, it's the Salman Rushdie thing was a whole different. I mean, here was a guy who was writing a book, and it was actually very pro-Islam in many ways, but he included some things in it that offended the conservatives, and they went apeshit. So
Story as old as time.
exactly.
Right.
I mean, it's like we've heard this before.
The oldest story. Yeah.
So, we've all been down that road. So but
This is kind of random. Any idea what this is?
Is it not a bike lock key?
No,
or-
it's not a bike
it's
lock.
not a bike lock.
My aunt, I brought these over from Canada because they're like random trinkets that I had no idea what to do with. My aunt gave them to me over the course of a few years. I know she has a, I don't know, I guess she likes these things, but yeah, I just have no idea. I have no concept. It came with some explanation for what it was, but
no idea.
It almost looks like a magical
Right.
object or
It
something.
does,
It has
right?
like sigil.
yeah,
kinda-
exactly.
It looks
It's
like magical.
yeah.
Looks like some Guidic sigil or something.
Right,
It's
right.
written on this. Yeah.
wish I hadn't thrown away the packaging.
Packaging. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's intense, right?
I don't know what you're going to summon with that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I received this when I was, I don't know, 15 years old or something. So I just
Oh, I
didn't
see.
have the context to even like identify the sort of sigil aspect of
Yeah.
it.
It does
And-
kind of look like some weird sigil
Yeah,
design or
totally,
something,
totally.
pattern. Yeah. Interesting though. You just brought that back from Canada? or-
Yeah, just it was laying around, and while I was like cleaning up my belonging, I was like, I have no idea what to do with this. But like with fresh eyes, it looked a little more interesting than it did.
It's kind of interesting. Yeah.
then,
yeah.
right?
Sure, yeah.
I wonder-
So,
I feel like there's not many supervillains now, really. Like main, like who is like? There's no one that has that same supervillain
Trump,
status.
but he's an idiot. You know what I mean? Like Trump is the supervillain, but he's an idiot at the same time.
But a lot of people
So-
think he's like the hero, right?
No,
I feel I feel like the whole MAGA crowd thinks he's like whereas Saddam was like everyone
well, I
is
was
like
trying to tell you about it kind of last time. It's a bit of there's been a split in.
There's been a split?
right? Like the Epstein
right,
debacle
exactly. Yes, totally. Yes, yeah.
because like he like basically ran on
Right.
those promises.
He
right?
ran on. I'm gonna show you the Epstein files, and we're except
Like
that
you didn't keep track of this at all.
except
Not
that
really, no,
Donald
yeah.
Trump is the Epstein files.
Right.
That's the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
the
yeah.
one who's in the Epstein files, and so yeah.
But like it's literally the worst PR possible because
Right,
like
totally.
they ran on like we're gonna release the Epstein list. They have a photo shoot where they're parading like binders that
Right,
say
right,
this
right.
is the Epstein list.
Yep.
Cash Patel or whatever goes on
Yes.
Joe Rogan and says, my goal is to give everything. What do you say? But basically, he said there is something, right?
Yes.
The conversation
Yeah.
was such that
Yeah.
there was something to release,
Right.
and then the next thing they say is there's nothing to release.
There's
and there
nothing to
never
release.
was.
Yeah,
right?
because
Yeah.
because the only
So
thing
it's just like-
the only thing in the files is Donald Trump, and that's the problem, and that's so they can't.
But if that was really the case, would they have done this 2-year running on that promise? Like, surely they if he was the sole subject of the list, then
I think so because they did not know.
how did they not know though? I mean, if they had this
Well,
list and it says Trump in big letters at the top,
Trump should have told them, but of course he would not have told them, right? It's like the people working for Trump, he doesn't tell them anything. It's just all about him, and he doesn't particularly care about the people that he employs.
so no one pulled him aside and said,
I don't
"Hey,
think so.
you are this, you are the files."
I don't think so. I don't think so.
They just let him run his mouth for.
I wonder. Yeah. I mean, I really believe that might actually.
What different, like, they released all kinds of other crazy, like, they still have those, like, Panama Papers and other.
Oh yeah, but I mean, nothing happened with that, right?
Like, nothing's gonna happen with this either.
Yeah, well,
really.
this is the spectacle, right? This is the
that's what I mean, right? So like,
the American circus.
Is it really gonna like make any real difference, right?
Yeah.
Well, this time he's in a bind because his own followers are demanding the Epstein files, so his own base are doing it. And so it's a real test to see how much spine these people have. I mean, will they get down on their knees and blow Donald again, or will they?
Yeah, they will.
I know. I agree with you. I think. I mean,
Well, yeah.
They're not gonna do. I think that's why I have so little interest. I'm like, it's not gonna make any.
Yeah, no, it never matters, right? That's just
like,
the thing,
if you're already on a platform of notoriety, then like, what is it really?
I have no faith in Trump voters. I mean, anybody who's voted for Trump is, I mean.
But like, since JFK being assassinated, it's just been left hand washes the right, and that's it, right? Like the charade continues, and every 4 years it's the same. Like, this is the election of our lifetime, blah blah blah. And myself personally, and I think some other people living in Japan are on the spectrum as well. Of like I don't want to care about this stuff, right?
Right.
So hence moving to a place where you can't vote, right? And just tuning out of all those ongoing cultural events or
totally
political theater or whatever you want to call it. So Justin, I know, doesn't care at all, and every time I try and tell him any of this stuff, he's like, and what?
I wouldn't be surprised at anything, man. I mean, if they're having orgies in the White House with little kids, like, what? I mean, they probably could. Like, what would do you think there's any threshold at which they like wouldn't? I mean, January 6th, like what? I mean, there's no real. I don't think there's any real. Certainly, like private things that people have done. I don't think there's any real threshold where it would like make too much of a difference. Right. So, like, what? I mean,
wait, what would make too much of a difference?
Well, anything in Epstein files or any other like revelation of something that happened like in the past, like it's not going to make any real impact in the moment.
I mean, what else can we compare it to? Who's the guy in Britain who was knighted and everything? I think he was a former radio guy. I hate that I'm blanking on his name.
Yeah. I can't think of his name.
Oh, Jimmy Savile? Or?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is silly.
So knighted, and I can't remember what exactly he was accused of or found of doing.
He wasn't just accused. He was molesting a lot of children. But not even like,
and nothing changes, right?
But like,
it's just a little embarrassing.
Jimmy Savile was like, I feel like Jimmy Savile makes Jeffrey Epstein look like a monk or something. Like, Jimmy Savile was like really
he was
molesting.
in it for the game, right?
He was in it for molesting young children.
Right. It wasn't a honeypot operation. I mean, he loved what he was doing, right?
This is on another planet. Like, this is like some other planet shit that like is just, I don't know, like a Roman emperor or something. Like, the level of raw child abuse is like I think even Epstein would have been like, wow, like what? Like, it's not.
Yeah, hold my beer.
Yeah, like I think like Epstein was
damn dude, chill.
Yeah, like Jimmy Savile was like really molesting children and like a lot, like way more than would be. He was molesting them in such a way that like I feel like it was so extreme that like people couldn't even.
Satan himself
see it, like
his boots.
Like I feel like they just sort of couldn't even like
the culture couldn't even like process.
Couldn't even process. Like,
Epstein did. I mean, we're talking a lot of young girls here. So
like how like under 5? Like,
no, not under 5.
Jimmy Savile was under.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Jimmy Savile was another. Yeah,
it is a different league, I guess.
Yeah,
you would say,
like Jimmy Savile is a different league where like. You're like imagining like a little kid that is like seeing some famous like funny person on TV and like you're like barely even conscious and then you meet them and then you're getting like horribly molested. Like that's like the level of the Jimmy Savile level of molesting children is like, I mean, it's such like hilarious that there's even like a scale of this, but like
where on the,
I think like you gotta be like Jimmy, like, like this is what I mean. Like no one,
what are the acts, what do you call it? The opposite ends of the scale.
Jimmy Savile is
let's
definitely,
establish the scale.
I think we're
first.
definitely in the Jimmy Savile, like not even,
Who could top Jimmy Savile?
Yeah. And Ian Watkins probably from Lost Prophets.
Yeah.
Dan Schneider? No.
Nah, that's like
tween,
fairly mainstream anything, normality,
right? Yeah.
Ian Watkins is like, I think Ian Watkins says something like his girlfriend was like, he called up his girlfriend and he was like, if you're rolling with me, then your 6-month-old baby is rolling with me too, right? And he's like, you know what that means, right?
Wow. Yeah.
He's like, we gotta initiate this 6-month-old baby early, right?
This is Savile?
No, it's Ian Watkins.
Okay,
right?
Ian Watkins.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Last I heard, he was like really popular in prison. He was like still getting lots of like fan mail.
Don't they supposedly fare the worst in prison? Isn't like everyone?
But you would think. I mean, that's what you hear usually. Yeah.
Well, I think like his trial, like this wasn't that long ago. I think it was like 10 years ago or something. So they're like, Ian, like, what was like? Why were you molesting these barely 1-year-old children so aggressively? And he's like, for the lols, right? He's like, I was just doing it for the lols.
Wow.
That's what he said.
Wow.
Like. You're
he
not
said that in court. He said that in court.
Lulz.
He was like, I was just doing
10 years
for the
ago.
lulz.
Okay, fair enough.
It's like, it's the lulz, right?
Man, yeah, I mean, it's like Charles Manson kind of type response, I guess.
Well, where do you draw the line?
At molesting children?
No. I mean, obviously molesting children, but I mean, like,
let's like biologically.
I tend to like them young.
Okay, but
but 18 is like the limiting factor.
I think if we look at human history, like puberty happens so humans can reproduce.
Sure.
So, okay, like we can, like, I'm not saying like, go after pubescent, I don't know, adolescence or whatever, but like, no, I think like biologically there's like, and historically as well, like, puberty is consensus reality of the point at which people.
Yeah, I mean, going after children is a whole different. Yeah. So.
But if you're like, I'm gonna like rock up on like a 6-month-old baby, like,
that's okay. So what is that? Like,
right.
That's because it's pedophilia.
Yeah,
right?
but
it's pedophilia. Right?
So if you listen to the MAGA crowd, they're sacrificing children at altars and drinking their blood, and the elites are lizard people who feed off adrenochrome that can only be extracted.
Is all true. It's all true. Yeah. So yeah.
But
yeah. But that's like, I feel like that's like fantasies of like what they secretly want to do rather than
right. I would agree with you.
Things that like
careful, just rubbing the tip of that mic there. It's kind of picking up.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah,
I would agree. I think that is they're projecting their fantasies.
Yeah. So okay, so should we? I guess to answer your question, like should we have like legal access to like 13-year-old girls? Well, no. Like I don't think we should, because we live in a society where there's not really any context or I think like the aggressively predatory contingent is going to massively outweigh anything else, I guess, in practice.
Okay.
But if we're like going after 6-month-old babies, then I'm like, well, it's probably like pretty deep in the pedophilia, paraphilia kind of realm of like I don't know, what context has there ever been for that? I mean, have there ever been any societies that were like, newborn babies are fair game? So like, probably not, right?
Probably yes, but we don't want to
maybe back in Neolithic times or something. We don't want to
But so like, what is it to do that? Like, is that just a demon incarnate? Like, why? What?
It's paraphilia, right?
So explain.
Well, sexual energy is always excessive, right? So it's always like overflowing what it's, I guess, biologically for. So there's always like more going around.
Well, it's like chi or vitality or whatever, right? Like it's all kind of
so
the
you
same.
can end up with these like paraphilia, I don't know, expressions of that, I guess.
Well, it's like an obsession or something.
Yeah. Or you could just, I mean, again, like Ian, maybe it's just the lulz or something, right?
Right.
Because he's kind of tired of normal life, and he's just like, you know, how can I push it more, right?
My first boyfriend, I met him when he was 16, I think, and I was living with my girlfriend at the time, a woman, and I was interested in him. I was attracted to him, but of course nothing happened. But when he turned 18, then we sort of crossed that line. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the closest I've come to this sort of underage thing where I was interested in him when he was 16, but nothing happened until he was an adult, you know, and then once he was an adult, you know, things took a different course. So
which is the responsible, pragmatic, law-binding thing to do in the interest of maintaining social cohesion.
But what was I tempted when he was 16? Yes, of course. Of course I was. Yeah. But no.
If you read like Samuel R. Samuel R. Delaney, the science fiction writer.
Sure. Yeah.
He's very much on the track that like I think his approach to homosexuality is just like, it's like kind of like the NAMBLA approach where it's like free for all.
Right.
And he's like, like I wasn't molested, you know, I was enjoying it. You know, I was like, I don't know, 12 or whatever. And the older janitor in the building was, you know, doing whatever. And it was a learning experience. Right. So I think he sort of complicates it in that way. And, you know, he's obviously gotten a lot of criticism for that.
Well, we're getting into a whole different area there.
Yeah.
You know, if we're going to be talking about homosexuality, that's a whole different, I think, you know.
Is it?
Well,
is it a different area?
Yeah, because we were just talking about like age difference and you know, but homosexuality is a different issue, I think. But yeah.
It could be. I'm interested in if it is. Like, I feel like I don't know if it is. I mean, I think, I don't know if it is in practice. I mean, it seems like it.
It's like, okay, so it's like, you know, I was fine with women. I was fine with my girlfriend. I was fine, you know. But then I met this guy and I hooked up with him, and it was a whole different level of experience, I guess. You know, it's like what do I say? It was great having sex with my girlfriend, but having sex with this guy was a whole different level of greaterness. You know, so
see, my initial reaction to that is that like, all that means is that you're probably not that interested in vaginas.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, as it turned out, you know, I mean, but I mean, I just, you know, like, I don't,
that's all that means to me is like, if I was in a society, like, I don't know how to, like, I feel like the reverse would be true, where like, if I was like a teenage boy and like, I wasn't aware that there were women, then having sex with men would probably seem pretty cool. But then if I was like, oh, there's these women, then I'm like, well, yeah, this is obviously like better.
Yeah.
So I feel like your feeling was probably the same, but reverse, right? Where you're like, okay, like this thing I'm supposed to be doing is okay.
Right.
But things I actually want to do are kind of better.
Right. Because I could have sex with my girlfriend and I would come and whatever. But it was not the same as having sex with him. It was a totally different thing. It was like, you know,
you probably weren't creating like artworks about her vagina or whatever. You were like, not.
No, I was not doing artworks about her vagina. Yeah. So yeah.
I was talking to some of my James Champagne and George Wine, some of these gay friends I have, and I was like, all this really means is that you're just not that interested in vaginas, and you're more interested in young men or whatever. And I feel like other than that, there's maybe not that much difference, really.
Well, there is a difference, though. I mean, like,
you feel like there's a difference?
There's a huge difference. Like,
sorry, what are we comparing? I'm already heterosexuality and homosexuality or paraphilia.
Again, we've gotten lost here.
We're saying, got off track. I think it's like the idea that like
Justin. So.
I think it's kind of the Roman idea that like no one is heterosexual or homosexual. There's just heterosexual or homosexual acts, right? So I think their understanding is that there are people that tend to commit acts more than certain other acts, and that's kind of
there are some things that need to be said. Okay, so first of all, men give better blowjobs than women do. I mean, it's just a fact. It's just a fact. It's just a fact because men know.
If you know the sensation,
they know the instrument, right? Yeah. So they know how to play it, and you know,
so there's like that intuitive level. If you
get a blowjob from a woman and you get a blowjob from a guy, trust me, they are worlds apart. But the other thing is that
technique.
Yes, technique. No, but also enthusiasm. I always feel like women are sort of like reluctant to do it, you know, but gay guys are all about that shit. So that's, you know,
there's a percentage of women. I think that's true for a lot of women. I mean, like there is a percentage that's very into it.
And there's probably a percentage of gay guys who are not into it at all, right?
I have yet to encounter them. So I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure they're out there. Yeah.
But to your point, Justin, I mean, there are girls who hone the craft, females who live for it as well, right?
There's a lot of women. I've certainly met women that are like more into it than I am. I'm like, you don't have to go down that much, and they're like, yes, I do, right? I'm like, okay, but yeah, so I feel like it's maybe a percentage, but
we wear it as a badge of pride. You know, like, I mean, I am fucking proud of my blowjobs. My blowjobs will get you off, you know, and so it's like
or your money back.
It's like or your money back, right? We are determined about it, yeah. Right. So yeah. So
it's maybe a culture. I guess there's that aspect of the culture where, kind of a cultural difference. Interesting point of comparison. Technique.
Yeah, but I mean, it's there's a difference between straight hookups and gay hookups, I think. Yeah. So
you think it's just pure hooking up? You think there's a difference?
Oh, totally. There's a difference. Yeah.
In terms of everything, or what? Something in particular?
Women, and I love women. I'm not ragging on women here. Women want more stability, and they want more affection and whatever. Gay guys are sort of like, we don't give a fuck about that. We just want the sex, you know, and so it's a very different hookup culture, you know. Like, we don't need to know each other's names, you know. We're just here to have sex, and we have sex, and then we're done, and blah blah blah, you know. Whereas I feel like women are much more. Well, they want to attach.
Well, they're biologically predisposed to, I guess, a vulnerability through childbirth that encourages them to pursue more stable, conservative mating strategies, right? I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, I think there's an element of. I do feel like there's a subset of highly promiscuous women, but it probably is.
No, they exist, of course.
A smaller subset. And then there's a larger subset of women that probably just happenstance. You know, if they if something seems fun in the moment, they'll go for it. But
it's very contextual, though, right?
Yeah. I think there is a.
I mean, women want orgasms too. I mean, that's not. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they tend to want some sort of commitment afterwards. Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, the stories I've heard secondhand of gay encounters are pretty wild in terms of like situations just like where there's a guy on an app and, every lunch break he goes to an empty room.
He's just on Grindr or something.
He's just on
something
like that.
Yeah.
Grindr.
Basically, like, I'm in this room, like, I have an hour, come blow me. And, just every day he could do that, right? And would get immediate responses.
Yeah.
Which, is just like not how heterosexual culture operates, right? Like, it's just a different planet, right?
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, so kind of going back to the beginning of this conversation, maybe just before we started recording, but the trade-off is that I understand that with gay relationships, homosexual relationships, it's easy to access sex, but hard to like access intimacy.
Yes. Yeah.
Or like what, commitment, stability.
Yep.
It's like equally, it's like in the inverse of heterosexual.
Right.
Sort of relationships.
Totally. I would agree with that.
Would you assign the same weights to that swap? Is it like, I mean, again, this is so depending on the context.
Kind of goes back to, I guess, like for my take is like, should it even? Well, cause I guess like the whole gay marriage thing, it's like,
should it what?
Well, like there's that kind of sense in which like, should gay marriage or like relationships of that kind even be the goal, I guess, versus having some
I hear what you're saying.
Semblance of I guess I think there's a subset of people that see it as limiting the trying to just ape heterosexual conventional relationships by having things like marriage or having things like it was kind of like this Stephen Fry thing where he was on the he was on some documentary and he said, I think he was in like Uganda or something. He was like talking to some pastor that was like, and Stephen Fry was taking this very, pious British kind of slant where he's like, but me and my partner, love each other. And, it's like, it's not just anal sex. It's, love and relationships. He's like, why does everyone think homosexuality is about anal sex? And I was watching this and I was like, well, it should be about anal sex. Like all you want is relationships. I mean, that seems kind of reverse a lower bar in a way. And I get what he's saying, but I think there's that sense where like, is having some.
Well, I mean, what is the problem with anal sex? That would be my first question.
It's messy.
Well, it is messy. Yeah.
Well, but I feel like I feel like he was trying to downplay anal sex.
Right. But
I was like, it should be more, right?
I
want straight anal sex too. I want anal everywhere.
What I'm saying is when
unleash it.
When you are inside this guy, there is a connection there. I mean, you are inside him.
I'll believe it.
You are literally inside him. You are.
I don't think anyone's disputing that.
Right. I mean, you are inside him, and there is a very real connection there. I mean, it's an intimate thing, and we often hand wave this off. Like anal sex, blah blah blah. No. You are literally connecting with somebody in the most intimate way that you can possibly connect with a human being.
Right.
Yeah.
And
by
so
being inside them.
heterosexual sex is that plus risk of childbirth, right?
Right. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Risk or, opportunity, I guess, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah. It's the same thing that's going on though, because it's the same level of connection, so it's.
Although I, to be fair, I don't think women are necessarily that sentimental about any kind of sex, actually. Like I don't think they're like, some of them, sure, but I think a lot of them are not necessarily that seeing it as that much of a.
But is there a biological bias, or is there a cultural facade that originates from supposed biological bias? Right.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the Greeks, I think like the Greeks and Romans were.
So like, sorry, just whether or not they're actually concerned about, or it's like they feel the need to, like that's their first sort of social communication, right?
Yeah.
Like they feel obligated to, at the very least, perform that filter or display or whatever, right?
Yeah. But I don't feel like it necessarily could be cultural, but I don't know if it's like such a. I'm trying to think what I'm even saying here.
Is there any stigma in heterosexual scenes of being overly promiscuous?
Heterosexual scenes.
Sorry, homosexual.
Oh, homosexual.
Sorry to just go in a different direction. No?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, I think that we tend to be more restrained than straight people do, just out of caution, I think. I mean, especially in Japan. So like, I was explaining to an American friend of mine recently, I brought this guy that I'm dating to a love hotel, and I was explaining to this American friend of mine that it's not what he was imagining, because what he was imagining is the love hotel has like themed rooms, like the jungle room,
and some do, right?
The jungle room.
Yeah.
But usually it's just the hotel.
But those are all straight love hotels.
Mm.
Like the gay love hotels are different. They are very discreet. You walk by them and you don't know that they're a hotel.
Oh, interesting.
Right. And you go
don't
in.
Show up on Google Maps.
You go in. They don't show up in Google Maps. You go in. You go in. You never see the person that you're interacting with. You go up to your hotel room. It looks like a standard hotel room because it's like the whole fun love hotel thing is for straight people, but in Japan it's the gay love hotels are for secrecy, and that it's still that way. It is still that way,
right?
So
well, the themes are usually to just like entertain females, I think, right?
It's like make it seem like an adventure.
Yeah. I don't think heterosexual men are.
Well, I mean, that's also a thing that I think that women. I don't want to sound anti-women, but women need.
I think they
need more entertainment than we do.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's like they want to be.
They want Instagrammable opportunities.
Right. They want Instagrammable opportunities. They want to be romance. They want the whole pageantry. Men just want to get off. And I think it's a very different, thing. So gay men just, we hook up. We just want to come. That's it. That is all. It's like there's no drama. There's no, romance. There's no whining and dining. It's just like, we just want to fucking come. So, yeah.
There's less pretext, right?
A lot less pretext. Yeah.
How do we get on this?
I'm sorry to say, but yeah.
We're a long ways off from Enochian magic.
Sorry.
I think we're going to leap back to, I think
we can do that.
Or are we?
Okay.
Or are we?
Bring us home, Justin.
I don't know. I think we should touch on Enochian magic or some other similar topic.
Ask me any questions you want. I'm here.
You said you had some questions you were saying. I think so. You were asking about. I feel like there's something you wanted to go into detail with. Yeah,
jog my memory here. But yeah, I mean, not necessarily Enochian magic, but just was thinking. Yeah, where do we go from here?
Right.
Where do we go from here?
Right.
You were talking about the book you were writing recently. You were picking up from some other writer.
I know. Actually, no, but I can't talk about that.
Oh, is this like under? Is this like under disclosure?
No, I mean it is sort of, kind of, but I am finishing the novel of my idol.
Like someone you idealize?
Yes, okay. I have been given the opportunity to finish my idol's novel, which is,
that's exciting.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. So yeah,
don't say more than
right. Yeah. I can't because there's an NDA involved. And
okay. We don't want lawyers. Yeah.
Only so much I can say. But yeah, it was.
Things get messy once lawyers get involved. I don't think we'd survive a legal battle.
Legal assault. Yeah,
our legal team is very understaffed.
Right.
So.
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. No. So that
Well, so like Enochian magic. Can you talk about an experience you had practicing it? Like I'm still trying to like even grasp what it would be like to go through this.
So
I guess
it is. It's the easiest thing in the world to experience, I think, because you sit down and you read an Enochian key, and then you let it happen, because it will happen.
Okay.
I mean, it was like taking acid.
So you read some words on the paper.
Yeah, sure, and then the vision starts. And
can you like slip these words on the teleprompter to like someone talking on the news or something?
Well, I mean, why not? I mean, anybody who reads the Enochian keys, I think, I think we are looking at a technology here that originated, in the Renaissance, and it is powerful as shit. It's more powerful than anything that we're all sort of doing. And
powerful, like on what level? Like
you read. But all right. So I would say to anybody who's listening, you read it, you recite it, you sit down and let it come, and something will happen. It's inevitable. It's just magic on a level that I can't even begin to explain. It's
like nuclear fuel.
Right. The juice is there. Yeah, the juice is there. The juice is there. It's intense. It's amazing. Yeah.
So how's this experience activated? Like just through the vibration of the universe, through
that's the good question. So I, because I'm.
Are you reading English?
No,
Enochian is like its own language.
Its own language, yeah.
That's why it's kind of weird. Like, so
what is it phonetically similar to?
You might
nothing. I would say
you might want to recount the history here of how they receive these letters. I mean, it's kind of. Maybe brief history of it, of how John D and Kelly.
Right.
They get like backwards in a mirror or something.
Right, they got it backwards, and then that's the thing that is the most striking is that they received it backwards, and we know from their journals. If you look at their journals, because they took meticulous journals. They're getting it backwards, and they're getting it, but it's so profound and it's so powerful. Yeah. And I would urge anybody listening to try it. So.
Do you just Google and like get a sound clip and repeat it, or?
Well, they are all out there. I mean,
is it dangerous to do so?
Yeah, see, so that's the question. That's the question, right? Many people think that Enochian is dangerous, and
AE weight.
Yes. Yeah.
What's the other guy? The builders of Paul Foster Case or whatever. There's,
right. I mean, Justin knows where I'm going with this one. You know, I would say bedwetters like A.E. Waite, you know, think that it's too dangerous to work with. But I mean, that's, you know, what the fuck? If you don't have the balls, then you shouldn't be engaging in magic.
We take a risk every time we cross the streets, right?
Exactly. Exactly. If you want to do magic, then have balls. But
that's such a weird idea. There's like a super safe way to do everything.
Right. Yeah.
Weird idea that like I feel like for most of human history, like didn't really. People just like weren't thinking in that way.
No, it's insane.
Like it's kind of a weird modern
idea
that you like shouldn't do certain operations or something, or like it's like too dangerous. It's too dangerous, or like there's.
But everybody should do Enochian.
Yeah,
everybody should. I mean, just recite the keys in the angelic language, in the Enochian language, and sit back and see what happens. Because it's a hell of a ride. It's intense. Yeah. So
sorry, that's package notification.
Package,
right,
package is getting notified.
Have you ever tried this, Justin?
What is this? Oh, Enochian.
Enochian.
No, I haven't, man. I got the idea that
you
like,
haven't.
I haven't. No, because I got hung up on the prep with like the furniture and stuff.
Okay, so it's not like, as easy as just reciting something, right?
There is like the table and furniture and things you're supposed to build to sort of do it.
No.
You don't feel any of that is necessary.
No.
Oh, so there's kind of conflicting accounts of like what's actually necessary or not, or
you just read Lam Duquette's Enochian Magic of Aleister Crowley.
Okay, yeah.
And just follow those and just do that. You know, because you don't, I mean, I don't know. You could do the table.
Have you tried the table, or like did you build it?
I worked with somebody once who had all of that, but it didn't make a difference.
Okay.
To me,
yeah.
You know, to me, it's like you read the Enochian, and then boom, there you are.
Yeah, well, it's a good way to look at it. I think like our friend Ryan in Korea, who's doing it as well, has kind of a similar.
We should do it. Actually, we should do it. We should do it. We should do it
now.
I would love to
do it now.
I would love to take you through your first Enochian experience.
I think we should do it now. We should
wow. Okay.
Scry some of those
I'm interested,
aethers.
but yeah, like I appreciate the offer. I'd like to learn more before diving headfirst into it. But I don't know what's your take on
this,
Justin?
I think we should just do it immediately.
Are you being facetious? I can't tell.
No. I think we should probably just do it soon. But yeah,
like now.
We could try to do
it live on air.
Maybe not live on air, but maybe after. Could try to do it.
What's the implication of
that? Might be fun.
Actually. Is there any implication? Like I'm also more inclined to not do this live on air. But what is there any implication to recording it? Like I feel like there would be an implication. Has it been recorded? Why haven't I seen a YouTube video of someone doing it and something happening?
Well, because the experience is internal.
Because people are fucking pussies. Because people are like, Enochian, I'm afraid, you know, and it's insane.
It's just reputation,
right?
Reputation,
it has a reputation, right? It has a reputation as being intense and strong. But I mean, if you are willing to have a psychedelic experience, I think it's.
But so it's on the level of intensity as LSD has been described. It's like, because I understand that there's like kind of tiers in terms of strength of experience. Like I think ayahuasca is like considered very intense, and
I think
ibogaine I think is another like very gripping one. So like, where does it lie on this?
I'm recently quite skeptical about ayahuasca, man, too, because I don't know. I feel like it might not be as potent as it's made out to be compared to DMT.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be case by case, but I think.
But like, there's a spectrum of sort of
intensity. Enochian is a ayahuasca level event, I think. Yeah.
But not ibogaine level event, or like where like does it max out the
could depend on the aether too, right?
It's rough. It's rough. It's rough.
So like it's going to be maxing out your like perceived intensity of experience, right? Okay.
I think that you will get something 100%. I think, based on my experience.
Is it good or is it
well,
like
define good? So that's yeah.
It's also not just a single. I think because there's like 30 aethers too, so it's not just like maybe a single kind of experience either.
There's like tiers.
No, but I mean the one experience is definitely opening the door for you. So
and so like I guess this is just one of those things where it's like very psychologically intense, right? That's kind of the limiting factor on this experience, where you would only pursue it occasionally because of that, right?
I suppose, yes.
Okay.
I mean, we're talking about it's a very intimate experience. Yeah, sure.
So 0 to experience, like how much time does it take? How much setup and effort?
For me, very little.
Because you've learned how to do it.
No, I think that Enochian works better than other.
But don't you need some kind of like scrying object or something?
No, I don't think so. No. No.
Don't need anything from the sounds of it, right?
You need to just recite the key.
Okay,
I think,
And is that for like the entry level experience or all of them? Okay, so entry level is just read the key, and then as you go deeper, you need more setup and more.
And then see the vision, right? And then see the vision. Yeah.
And the entry level experience, this is like, it's not gonna fry you for life or whatever. You're not gonna.
It might.
It should fry you for life.
It might.
It should fry you for life.
I can't promise that. So Enochian magic is dangerous. It is a hot potato. But
have you seen it go wrong? Are you familiar with it going wrong on a personal level?
It's probably not as dangerous as Goetic magic, right? Or
right. Yeah. Have I seen it going wrong?
I've seen Goetic stuff go wrong.
Yeah.
Where like people's houses get taken over.
Okay.
And like things start affecting their marriage and like.
So like have you seen it or like just heard of it?
I've known unqualified people that have done Goetic stuff and like it started affecting both their house and like their marriage and their livelihood and like kind of considerable ways, right? So
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I think Enochian magic probably is more damaging that way because
Goetic.
Yeah,
stuff,
it's more powerful.
Really. Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
So
whatever we are tapping into, the Goetic is the Enochian is more intense, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely feel like Goetic practice or not something I would just like casually do.
Yeah, no, of course.
I possibly wouldn't like do them at all because. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe I would, but I feel like there's definitely an appreciable level of like. You might have to like rent a new apartment or something. You might have to like actually.
The thing is that when you summon a Goetic spirit, you can sort of dictate to it.
But is it gonna obey?
But with Enochian angels, you're kind of entreating them. You're kind of pleading to them. You're not dictating. You are not in the position of power. They are in the position of power. That is a real difference, I think. It's like whenever you do Enochian magic, it's sort of like, okay, I'm not commanding you.
Can you just try and talk into the mic a bit?
Sorry, I am beseeching you. So
okay, yeah.
So that's.
I've heard all kinds of different stuff. And like, I've heard very different takes on this. Where like, there's some like I've even heard some people say that like, Enochian is like vastly safer than Goetia. So
that's.
I think everyone's got kind of a different maybe take on it, I guess.
Those are crazy people.
You think they're crazy? Okay, yeah.
But so is there, like, it seems if there is a risk of things going catastrophically wrong, it seems ill-advised to suggest to everyone that this is something they should try. Like, is there any level of preparation or qualification, set and setting type things that you can do?
I think any magician who wants to be a magician needs to try Enochian work. If you don't try Enochian work, you're not a magician. So just hang up your hood.
Would you say that's about Goetia too, or would you?
I think Enochian more. Enochian more. I think Enochian more. But
I guess just like based on my own experience, like no one, like I don't know anyone personally that has ever had like a bad Enochian experience, but I know lots of people that have bad Goetic experiences.
Okay.
So I guess just that's my people around me. I mean, I don't know if that's something to generalize from or.
Well, people are bedwetters. It's just, I don't know. Goetic work, it's demons. So
Yeah.
So yeah.
I would just say like everyone I know personally that has done Enochian is like, wow, yeah, this was a great learning experience. Right. Like no one's. I haven't heard as many, I guess, just negative reports. So I don't know if there's anything to learn from that. But
I mean, Enochian angels. What do I say? You are not. You're not the driver. They are telling you what you will do. They are the bosses. They are in charge, and that's the thing. And that's when you deal with that kind of magic, it's profound.
Isn't that kind of similar to like DMT or something where you're entering a space and you're experiencing things and you're not necessarily sure of the stakes or like what's at stake or like
maybe but they are very there and very present and they will not take your bullshit. I mean, I can tell you from experience, they will put you in your place and they don't dress things up.
Right.
Yeah. Goetic spirits are more subtle and they're more try to seduce you, whatever. The Enochian angels, no, they fuck you. They don't give a damn. They will lay down the law, I think is. Yeah.
Do they know who you are before you've practiced it?
I think so.
So
like even in like
I think so. Yeah.
Even in like 418 Vision in the Voice, he does get quite peremptory with some of them. He's like, commanding them to.
What's peremptory?
Well, he's like, he's taking quite an imperious tone with them, or he's like, commanding them to do things or, reveal things or.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't know if that's relevant or not.
No, it is, I think. Yeah.
He's like questioning them about very specific things and, kind of commanding them to reveal information and sometimes even, fighting them and getting quite aggressive in their space, I guess.
Right. So, exactly. Yeah. But they always win.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, the Enochian angels are a different order of beings. They're, they always win. So,
what are they supposedly? What do they claim to be?
Governors
of just reality.
Well, of certain levels, right? Or
of reality, and I think the older I get, they are they're running the show, if I can say that.
So they're pulling the strings of reality. They're marionetting this whole spectacle.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
what's your take on the secret chiefs? That's another.
Yeah, right.
What's your take on that?
Right.
This is another kind of minefield that I feel like receives less. I feel like this is a more controversial idea than like Epstein or something. Like, I feel like this is possibly the most controversial idea that people usually don't, I don't know, talk about. But yeah.
My take on the secret
Are you familiar with the secret chiefs?
Do you want to intro it?
Well,
I think we talked about it a bit.
Are you familiar with them?
No, please intro.
Okay. So I guess there's it was sort of a Madame Blavatsky idea.
It was.
That there's these like there's like a secret council of beings which is like running reality.
Mm.
And what they are, I mean, who knows, right? I mean, they're maybe transcended humans or alien, like what, God only knows what they are, but they're like not bound by time and space, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they can, interact with you in ways that bypass like, normal.
Right, so like higher dimensional beings or whatever, right?
Yeah,
like they're transcending time, right? Like their context is outside of it.
Yeah, so the implication is that they're like higher dimensional beings, right? But what that means, who knows? So this was a big idea in the 19th century, and weird, like Crowley, I feel is weirdly important, way more important to Crowley than I like ever hear, even from Thelemites. Like I usually never hear Thelemites talk about the secret chiefs. And like when I first joined the OTO, I was very like urusai about this. I was like, what about this? Like, what's your take on? And no one wants to talk about the secret chiefs, right? And I'm like, but there's a few places where Crowley says that like the entire point of any magic is to establish contact with the secret chiefs, right? So like, and like to the point where like the goal of human civilization
is to do that,
establishing contact with the secret chiefs,
but no one wants to talk about it.
So I'm like, well, if he said that in so many words like that makes it sound like pretty important, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm like, why is no one ever talking about this if it's supposedly important, So I don't know. I mean, maybe you have a take on that. I mean, I do think it's a good question.
It's an excellent question. I feel that a lot of Thelemites dropped the ball on that. Yeah. And you're right. To Crowley, the secret chiefs were an important part of the project, right?
Well, he kind of said they were the project.
They were the
sort
project,
of were
right,
the project, right?
And a lot of Thelemites just like let that lie on the floor,
It's too complicated to unpack.
Yeah. Well, it's also wrong. It's wrong because
the idea that it's all about the secret chiefs, or
no,
the opposite.
The opposite. I think that it is about the secret chiefs. I think that they are essential to Thelema. I don't know that you can be a Thelemite without.
I just sourced a quote here. The secret chiefs had informed me that a new aeon implied the breaking up of the civilization existing at the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, to change the magical formula of the planet is to change all moral sanctions, and the result is bound to appear disastrous. The cult of the dying god introduced by Dionysus destroyed the Roman virtue and smashed the Roman culture. Possibly the introduction of the worship of Osiris in an earlier epoch was primarily responsible for the decay of Egyptian civilization. The nature of Horus being force and fire, his aeon would be marked by the collapse of humanitarianism. Doesn't sound very convenient.
No, it does not.
But presumably important.
Okay.
If that's what's taking place, right?
Right.
So
is that now?
Well, yeah,
allegedly.
Presumably that's now. So, according to him, the secret chiefs informed him of that. So,
I think
humanitarianism,
the collapse of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like, again, it's another thing that you never hear, other than Keith and a few other of these people. Most people are not talking about this.
Inconvenient noisemakers, troublemakers.
Yeah, inconvenient noisemakers, right? Yeah. So what are the secret chiefs? Are they Enochian beings? That's another question. I think was it like McGregor Mathers said that he like met them in France or something.
Yeah, so
he said he went to like some garden in France. And he like met secret chiefs,
just like in 3D.
I guess they
space.
They just like stepped into meat space or whatever, and he was like hanging out with them or something.
I think I said this during our last interview, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it is significant to me that Anton LaVey rejected everything about traditional occultism, but he kept the Enochian keys. That he latched onto, that he adopted, that he brought into Satanism. And I think there's something to be said here. It's like, okay, so what are the Enochian keys doing? Well, these are keys that were released to John Dee in the 15th century, 16th century. And
I think they did face legal trouble for doing this, right?
Like and what do they talk about? They talk about the end of the world. That's what they're predicting. The end of the world.
Well, and wife swapping.
Well,
and
yes,
wife swapping.
We can go back to that. Yeah. But
they predicted that?
No, they told him they needed to start doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, so this is a question. Is like
you go ahead. Yeah. So yeah.
I guess just like they're very. Dee and Kelly were very uncertain as to whether they should trust these entities, which were giving them instructions which contradicted their values.
Right.
Basically,
right. Yeah.
Which is why they kind of didn't really. I mean, they didn't really do that much with it, right?
Right. No. Yeah.
They recorded the data, but they didn't really.
Do you think they were told to do that just to basically signal that your values are about to be destroyed, type thing? Do you think it
seems to be the implication?
So it's not actually about swapping wives, but it was just about like we're about to violate.
So they were talking about the apocalypse. We are delivering to you the apocalypse, is what the angel said. These angels said to these two men, "We are delivering it to you." The keys to the apocalypse. So people like Crowley embraced it because for him the apocalypse was a good thing, right? We're changing the scene. From,
he also had a lot of trouble with the Book of the Law and other things. Like he didn't initially like it.
Yeah,
at all.
No.
It's hard to.
Yeah.
It's hard to.
Yeah,
I guess fuck with it first.
No,
like it's
totally.
It's not very likable. I guess
he did not want to embrace it. So, but he eventually embraced the Enochian keys as okay. We are changing the world. Okay, so this is a new era. This is a new, regime. Whatever. But they're not touchy-feely, and I think that's what Chester was saying. The Enochian keys are not warm and friendly. They're pretty fucking harsh.
Well, yeah, most of the exposure I've had to magical content, I guess, very little of it seems quite fuzzy. Most of it seems pretty hardcore.
Yeah, they're mostly telling you things you don't really want to hear or conflict with what you're kind of would like to be the case, I guess.
Right.
Usually not really. Yeah.
We're at an hour 20 here. I'm starting to get hungry.
I think we need some beef.
Yeah,
Okay.
some beef.
I think we need some beef.
Yeah, beef is fine.
I think we should Scry TAZ or something too, right?
Okay,
That's
fine. Yeah,
should probably do Enochian. Should get some beef.
sounds good to me.
Should contact the secret chiefs.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
We'll have this all sorted out by the next episode.
Okay.
So
I want to just talk to secret chiefs. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, come on. What really? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
why this?
What is this plan? Like,
things,
what?
right?
Right. Yeah.
What? Yeah.
You could have done anything, and
Could
this
have done
is
anything
what
and-
you chose,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
You know that?
And this is it.
Maybe just as a last one. Maybe just as a parting. You know, John C. Lilly,
Yeah, he did
the ketamine dolphin guy.
Yeah,
He's trying to use LSD to communicate with dolphins. and
right.
He like tricked his research assistant into having a sexual relationship with a dolphin called
Right.
Peter.
The hand job in the half water submerged
the dolphin.
house, right?
I think like the dolphin got suicidally depressed when the female researcher
transferred
or
whatever.
something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so John C. Lilly, apparently he like contacted the secret chiefs through intramuscular ketamine at very high volumes.
Mm.
And he called it like the Earth Coincidence Control Office.
Yeah. I've heard of
Or
this.
Echo,
Right.
like Echo the Dolphin, like
Right.
that video game.
Well, it's
right?
like a synchronicity type.
Yeah, so they got in touch with him and they're like, okay, like we're the ones who are orchestrating the coincidences on Earth. And
Right.
they're like, your mission is to discover how we orchestrate coincidences
Mm.
and then join us in orchestrating them, which is like
Interesting.
what we
Okay.
do, right?
Yeah.
So I guess he was communicating with them. It was kind of like the
Yeah.
secret chiefs, I guess. But yeah.
Hmm.
Which presumably is what they do, I guess, is orchestrate coincidences.
Right.
Which
Yeah, I mean,
to-
as a sort of metaphysical operation, I could see that would be the string you're pulling, right? Because coincidences do have that sort of jarring, bizarre, like intrusion on reality feeling, right?
yeah.
I mean, like we were talking before we came here about like we had a mix up over. Well, I had a mix up about which day we were recording this
I was
weekend.
like, I was supposed to be on a date with a Chinese girl yesterday, and she also mixed up the date in the exact same way at the exact same time. So I was like, man, this is shitty. I did kind of think of that. I was like, this is like some shitty echo coincidence or
Right.
something. Like, what is this
Yeah.
supposed to?
But like I've never done
Probably-
this before, right? And
Yeah.
like, but I could have sworn that Justin had said a different day, right? So it was very bizarre just the way it played out because
Because
even
that
from
girl
my
messaged me
perspective,
at the exact same time,
Right.
and she said the exact same thing.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like, "Ashta
Right.
like
Yeah.
tomorrow, isn't it tomorrow, right?" Or like,
just so bizarre because
It's
like,
like-
what are the odds
Yeah.
that two like we've never had that kind of
never
mix
had
up
a
before,
mix up
right?
of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very funny.
I feel like the secret chiefs are punishing me for not completing books I'm supposed to finish, and they're just like holding out on me. Yeah.
Right. Well,
I
yeah,
think we're
let's
gonna wrap it up
land
there.
this. Yeah. Yeah, I'll put your links in the description. Thanks for coming on again. Always a pleasure to
I think about 5 minutes after this drops, we're gonna solve the mystery of
yeah.
universal coincidences and Enochian aethers and other important matters. So, and try to solve it.
All right.
All right. Peace.
Thanks all. Yeah, have a good week.